So one of the things that I really liked about Sapporo so far, as we're nearing the end of our time here, is that this city has a lot of nature in it. The street currently, I wanted to go over a beautiful, vibrant downtown. Hey everybody, welcome to KLCC, Kuala Lumpur Central City. We did buy the 2000, it's a little low compared to our average 4000 Nissan Pathfinder. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I wanted to take the time to make a quick introduction video to let you get the chance to know who I am, a little bit about me, and see if this is a channel that you'll find value in and have interest in seeing what my journey looks like. So to set expectations, the channel is going to focus on health, wealth, and freedom. Be sure to stay tuned until the end so you can see the #1 reason why I want to escape the rat race for myself and for my family. First, we're going to look at health, and this is something that I think is imperative. We're starting to see more and more talks about this, which I think is an incredible thing, but it's still something that I think all of us need to focus on collectively. For myself, I'm starting to use my sauna more. I'm starting to look into ingredients and not looking at like percentages or grams of sugar or something like that. I want to know the ingredients that are in the food I'm eating, and the less ingredients, the better. I'm not looking at things that are pasteurized or homogenized. I'm starting to focus on, well, how did Mother Nature actually create this food and sustain the human race for tens of thousands of years versus post-industrial revolution? Everything is packaged and has an expiration date of 6 years from now or something like that. So that is kind of our health journey and where I'm going with that. You know, I'm someone who's a little larger than life and I'm trying to lose some weight. So I'm doing carnivore right now, or a dirty carnivore version of it where I still have dairy and I'll cheat once in a while with like avocado, or if a barbecue's made with onions or something like that, fine, it's not the end of the world. The next category that I'm going to be focusing on, which is the predominant aspect of this channel, is going to be wealth. I am certainly not wealthy by any means, but I currently have 2 income streams, one being my production company that's in the 6-figure range, and then also we have a Turo fleet with 7 cars that's in the mid to slightly upper mid 5-figure range. And it's doing all right, and we're looking to be able to continue scaling that up. Now, the reason why I think I'm more qualified to speak on this category than maybe the other ones is because I have tried and failed at countless businesses. You know, I started a fitness company when I was 16. I was personally training people at the gym. I was a former competitive power lifter. I was a world champion and 2-time junior Olympic gold medalist in powerlifting. And in sports also, my first dream as a kid was to be a professional wrestler, which you could see here. And then shortly after that, about 10 years later, kind of had the idea to try it again, which you can see here. And then later on that evolved into wanting to have a professional wrestling company, which I did during the pandemic. I started a professional wrestling company with one of my best friends who I went through all of these years as a professional wrestling wannabe. And we started a wrestling company, and it almost made me bankrupt. So I've learned more than anything in my entire life I learned during the 8 months that we were trying to pull off that wrestling company than I learned from any of the successes I had with my production company or our Turo fleet. So I certainly think I have a little bit of knowledge in that aspect, and I am so excited and can't wait to share all of the things I've learned from doing some of these cool things in my life with you. And the last and most important category for me, the reason why I want to escape the rat race, is freedom. And this is something that is so important to my wife and I, with our young daughter that we have now and the kids that we hope to have in the future. We're starting to see what looks like a bad trajectory, at least for my home country, the United States. And I don't like where things are going. I don't like any trajections, and an election and all of these other things won't change anything, because at best it's only 4 years, and then chances are it's going to go back, if not worse, get better and then get worse. There's no difference when an election happens, really, except for short term. Our country's built on a foundation where nothing long term can happen. So maybe one argument for like a monarchy is at least you had an emperor or something for an entire life cycle, and that's they're thinking about, well, I have to build this empire and then hand it over to the next generation and make sure that they are ready to go. That's my son or my daughter, whatever it is. And they were making decisions that were more long term. Here, they're short term, and in my opinion, they're very short-sighted. So it seems as though the trajectory for my home country is continuing to decline. Financially, it's in absolute ruins. You see it with skyrocketed credit card debt. The age of cars on the road are higher than they've ever been. You see foreclosures increasing. The cost of living is ridiculous. You see educational outcomes at record lows. You see hospital and healthcare, not only the cost of healthcare, but the outcomes of healthcare declining or getting worse. There's just no metric that's measurable that I see as positive. And because of that, I want to start working towards a life of location independence, where I don't necessarily have to be tied to a specific country. And I think more and more people are starting to want that same thing. So I started my process by trying to get my Italian citizenship through descent. My great-grandfather was an Italian citizen. He never gave it up, at least not after my grandfather was born, which qualifies me to be able to get it. So I'm working with a law firm to try and fast-track that process. We will do a video on that in the future where I walk you through what I've done. We are, I would say, about 60% of the way there, so I'm hoping within the next 6 to 8 months I should have my Italian citizenship. My wife is also a Japanese citizen. She came over from Japan, traveled the whole world before she met me, which is cool, logged a lot of miles, which is awesome, and our daughter is currently a dual citizen who's going to be getting her third citizenship soon. We are working towards that process, but she has both citizenships already, at least until she turns 18. Japan really doesn't like dual citizenships, which is a whole nother story. But we're looking at that. We're looking at maybe for our next child, we will give birth in a country that will allow that child to get citizenship there, and initially permanent residency for us with a fast track to citizenship. So we're looking at trying to create this global citizen lifestyle, and part of that will involve me figuring out a way to take our current income streams and make them less hands-on or dependent upon us being there. And that's a challenge that I'm working to overcome, which I'm excited to take you on that journey with me. And also, as we continue to add new income streams, how we're going to be able to do that in either a more passive or a way that can be done from anywhere in the world. So whether that's a laundromat or we start an e-commerce business or something like that, we're looking at everything. So if you have a suggestion, leave a comment down below. Let me know something I could do to build another income stream that can be location independent and something that we may start seeing a return pretty quickly. So stay tuned for the channel. I think it's going to be an awesome ride. I can't wait to take you along. We've had some crazy stories with Turo already so far, with people stealing our cars, or cars being involved with crimes, and we've had my production company. I've met all these amazing characters, and I've had so many amazing opportunities in my life that I am so thankful for, and I think it'll be something that you'll find a lot of value from. I'm not here to tell you what to do, what to think, or how to feel. I'm just here to show how I've done things, what I'm working on, and if it inspires you, motivates you, or shows you a roadmap to how you can do it too, then I'm thankful for that. So welcome to the channel. Again, my name is Brandon Ascari, and welcome to my life. Take care.